Every scar tells a story. Every fracture holds a lesson. The closed door. The spoken truth that echoed in silence. The hope that grew wings and flew away. 1. You called it a year. The Stoics would call it your teacher. It did not give you what you wanted. It gave you what you needed. The raw, unvarnished curriculum of life. It handed you the syllabus in the language of loss, of challenge, of quiet disappointment and roaring change. And now, as its final pages turn, you have a choice. To see it as a wound that is still bleeding, or to see it as a forge that has been firing. The education is over. The examination is about to begin. Before we start, subscribe to this channel for daily Stoic wisdom that actually makes you stronger. Part 1. Acceptance, signing the enrollment papers. The first lesson of the Stoic classroom is the hardest to learn. Unconditional acceptance. Not approval. Not passivity. A clear-eyed, unwavering yes to reality. Seneca, exiled to a barren island by a jealous emperor, wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." He did not waste a day railing against the injustice. He accepted his new post. He saw the rocks, the solitude, the distance from Rome not as a punishment, but as a new assignment. The island was his classroom. His letters from that place became some of the greatest works in philosophy. Year 2025 had its own Corsica. The plan that disintegrated. The trust that fractured. You spent days perhaps in the suffering of imagination. The why me, the if only. But the teacher cares not for your protests. The lesson is assigned. Your first task is to sign the enrollment papers. Practical advice. The retroactive amor fati. Take one event from this past year that still causes a pang of resentment. Say aloud, I accept this not as a mistake but as my curriculum. I accept it as the necessary teacher it was. Write it down. End the sentence with, and it taught me. See what you fill in. This is how you close the ledger of resentment and open the notebook of learning. Part 2. Perception. Translating the lesson plan. Raw experience is muddy water. Perception is the alchemy that distills it into medicine. Marcus Aurelius commanded himself, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. This is the core of the translation. The event itself is neutral. Your judgment of it is the lesson plan. The betrayal is not only a betrayal. It is a master class in discernment. The failure is not only a failure. It is a laboratory experiment showing what doesn't work. The loneliness is not only an emptiness. It is a silent hall where you can finally hear your own voice. Your teacher 2025 spoke in a harsh tongue. Your job is not to curse the language. It is to translate it. To find the principle, the warning, the hidden strength buried within the difficult grammar of experience. Practical advice. Conduct a lesson audit. Make 3 columns on a page. Event, first judgment, Stoic translation. In the first, write the hard thing. In the second, write your initial feeling, it was unfair. In the third, translate it. It taught me that fairness is not a law of the universe, but a virtue I must uphold regardless. This is how you extract the gold from the ore. Part 3. the art of the kaima, forging the tool. A lesson is just information until it is forged into a tool. This is the process of resilience. The Stoics called it ascesis, disciplined practice. Epictetus, whose leg was deliberately broken in slavery, said, "Difficulties are things that show what men are. The difficulty does not define you, reveals you. And then, if you let it, it forges you." Think of the most repeated stress of your year. The same fear, the same trigger, the same type of disappointment. That repetition was not a curse. It was the hammer fold. Each blow, each quenching was layering your spirit with strength. It was creating your kaima, the unique, inner pattern of your resilience. The beautiful grain of your character that only forms under pressure. You are not the same piece of metal you were in January. You have been folded. Practical advice. Identify your signature strength. What quality did 2025 force you to develop? Patience? Self-reliance? Boundary setting? Name it. That is your newly forged tool. Now deliberately use it in small ways in the coming week. If you learn patience, stand in the longest line. If you learn self-reliance, solve a small problem without asking for help. Test the edge of your new blade. Part 4. The final exam, carrying the tool into the test. Now you stand at the threshold. 2026 is not a blank page. It is an examination hall. It will present you with variations on the themes you have already studied. New faces but similar lessons. Will you recognize them? Will you apply what you have learned, or will you default to the old, unstudied reactions? The teacher has given you the knowledge. 2026 is the practical exam. It will ask you in real time, did you learn? Can you apply the translation? Can you wield the tool? This is the purpose of it all. The pain was not pointless. It was preparation. The test is not a threat. It is the opportunity to prove to yourself that the education took hold. That you are no longer a student of suffering, but a graduate in strength. Practical advice. Create a Stoic exam prompt. Write down on a card, when 2026 tests me on lesson from 2025, I will respond with tool/skill. Place it where you will see it. For example, when 2026 tests me on betrayal, I will respond with discernment, not cynicism. This is your cheat sheet for the final. This is the synthesis. 2025 was the classroom. The isolated, sometimes brutal but necessary training ground. 2026 is the battlefield. The living world where theory meets reality. You carry your forged tools. The acceptance that ends protest, the perception that finds the lesson, the resilience that turned pain into pattern. You do not walk into the new year hoping it will be easier. You walk in knowing you are stronger. You do not hope to avoid the tests. You are ready to pass them. The goal is not a year without storms. The goal is to become the captain who has already sailed through worse. So close the book on 2025. Not with a slam of anger or a sigh of relief. Close it with the respect owed to a formidable teacher. Thank it for the curriculum. For the friction that sharpened you. For the fire that tempered you. And now report for duty. 2026 awaits. It holds your examination. It will question your patience, your courage, your integrity. It will present you with problems eerily familiar to the ones you have already solved. Look it in the eye, and know you are not entering it empty-handed. You are entering it armed with the hardest won wisdom, the wisdom that came from the wounds. You are not a victim of your past. You are a graduate of it. Now go. Take the test.